Hello, hello! Welcome back to yet another toy unboxing. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of more monstrous figures here, and we're going to be starting off with Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Skullgrin. That's right, it's an update of the classic Pretender, but this one is not a Pretender. He's actually gotten a surprising number of upgrades over the years as far as new toys go. We first got an update of Skullgrin back in the original Generations line when they resculpted Straxus's head to make it a more skull type head. And then of course we got in Power of the Primes, we got that new figure as well. So yeah, let's just get this guy open. But first, let's just take a look at this box art. Yeah. Oh my god. Again, like, Hasbro's just nailing it on all this box art. And as you can see, he's a little afraid to see us right now. But we will rectify that very shortly once I actually open up this box and force him to take a look at us. That's right, we are doing non-consensual monster touching. Non-consensual monster touching. That's going to raise some flags. Anyway, yeah, here he is here. Still in that transitionary phase where they are using elastics in Transformers toys. And we've got the little baggie of accessories back here. Again, this guy's not a Pretender, this new toy, but the original was. He turned up in the, in a couple of shows. Like, he was in, actually, no, I guess he wasn't in a show in the West. He was just a headmaster who turned up in the comics and who turned up in, there we go. Yeah, he turned up in the comics, and then he turned up in Transformers Master Force as the character Skull, where it was, I believe, a straight-up re-release without any real changes. And in that one, he was a evil Decepticon Headmaster Jr. No, he wasn't a Headmaster Jr., what am I thinking? But he was an evil Destron, Blood, Skull, and... what was the other one? I've not watched Master Force, honestly, but... Yeah, anyway, you had the... and the one that Submarauder was, but anyway, you have the three of them there. That were the evil Destron Pretenders, who were meant to be like ancient mythical beasts. That, yeah, they were really Transformers all along. We've got the accessory bag over here. Well, less a bag, more tissue paper. And this is going to be his weapons. They are gun swords, and it looks like it's mainly for the tank mode that those exist. And yeah, we are going to put his backpack back on here. And fold this kibble back up. That came undone. Tab it all in. And then we're going to play a game of... Interesting, he's actually got the elastic band over the horns there just to protect his face. Interesting, it's very Arthur from the Tick, just from the standpoint of he is not the face, the toy. So, we're going to get this thing off. And we're going to quit knocking the camera around. But... more importantly, we're going to cut this thing and let him see with his own eyes. And yeah, the original G1 toy, his Pretender shell was basically a goat skull man. This one is fusing, in fact, the aesthetic of the original Pretender Michelle mode with the new, with his inner robot. Like, the body is very largely the inner robot on this guy, but details like the belt, for instance, the goat skull head, the shoulder armor here, those are all hallmarks of the original Pretender shell. Bringing this up here, let's take a closer look at the face. Not really painted or anything. It is pretty menacing. He doesn't have the lower jaw on the toy. Like, the original toy did have a lower jaw, but this does not have that. What does seem to be a missed opportunity in my mind, though, is the fact that they didn't make this a helmet. It's just a piece holding it in there. It would have been really cool if they had made the skull head a helmet on top of his inner robot head, but they didn't do that. As it is, very good range of motion, as you can see. Some good articulation there. Yeah, we've got universal shoulders here. We got the bicep spindles. We've got more than 90-degree shoulder bend here. Wrists do swivel. What else here? We got the hips. Hips go up and down. There is side movement here. Okay. There is side movement. It's just a little taking a little bit to get stuck. The shoulder armor does block the side movement a little bit, so it's not as good as it could have been. Yeah, again, fairly standard, but 90 degrees range of motion in the knees, and we have ankle tilts. So yeah, this is a fairly standard for posability, and as you can see looking at this, yeah, he's also got these dual-purpose gun swords here. They can be a gun, they can be a sword. They are made of a softer plastic, interestingly, probably because of the sculpted sword blades on them. And yeah, just looking again at the back, we can see the tank turret back here. All right, and now we will transform this bad boy here. Let's see how Skullgrin looks in his beast mode. Sorry, not his beast mode, his tank mode. Skullgrin is going to turn, in fact, into the Inner Robot's tank, or like the hover tank thing that it had, or rather a facsimile of it. Okay, and because I am dumb and I keep letting my camera fill up because I didn't delete off old videos properly, I'm going to have to reshoot the transformation of this thing because, yeah, it quit before I finished transforming it. That means you're going to get a little less spontaneity of me just discovering how it works and a bit faster of a actual transformation. So I suppose that you, the viewer, are going to win out a little bit here. But yeah, we start here by just folding the legs out, folding these up here over top of thighs. And yeah, there's a lot of really cool steps in this guy here, because what we're going to do now is we're going to bring these down, we're actually going to bring the legs up like this. And we are going to, I'm going to just take this off just to make it easier. And then we are going to open up this whole piece here. Open up the chest as well, and then we use that to fold the head all the way down. It being soft plastic is going to come in handy here because it's going to need to bend and deform a little bit just to get in there. But yeah, so we fold the ball joint. Now the head is all the way in there. And now we get to fold the waist down 90 degrees and fold these front legs up. And then we have to peg these assemblies into these tiny little pegs up here. Now, if I do have a concern, a bit of a complaint here, it's that because most of this white is all, yeah, I think all this white actually is all like softer plastic. The actual connection is not as strong as it could be. It's a little bit of a bummer, but oh well. As for the arms here, this piece is going to slide up. We're going to fold the arms down. We're going to bring them in. He is a very involved transformation. And then there's tab slots over here that we can just peg together. We can fold this cover down here again now. Let's see what else we have here. What else is left? Yeah, that is down securely. Now we fold these up here, peg them into the legs, swing them up, fold them into pegging into the arms there. And then we just take the turret here with the guns, quit fumbling the turret, plug it on, put it like this, take the side guns here and plug them into the treads and plug the other peg up here into the connection. And that is Skullgrin's alt mode. I will admit it does a lot of, it is a box. It is a box that has treads on the back, no treads on the front because it's presumably some sort of hover tank. It's got a full 360 turret with the up-down guns. I mean, that's about all the articulation you're going to get out of this thing. You just push it along. The original G1 toy was basically some sort of it was a pretender. It was a ridiculously simple, just kind of fudged hover tanky alt mode there. And this one is more of just a tank-shaped box. It's really interesting, though, because, yeah, it is a bit of a nonsense transformation, garbage transformation. There's, from the alt mode destination, but the actual journey to get to this destination, the actual journey where we get it from bot mode to alt mode is honestly fairly interesting. It's got a lot more steps than you would expect to just get it into a box, and it does shift and change quite a bit to get into that box form. I do appreciate that aspect of it, honestly. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah. You're probably going to keep this in robot mode. I have seen some third-party add-ons already that people have been doing 3D printed parts, just to remove all the Skullgrin pieces as well, and just make it just Skull like from Master Force. Oh, and I missed this here too. He has a little tail here. Nice. Yeah, he has a little tail here that probably folds out there in his robot mode. Cool. But yeah, that's about it. That's Skullgrin in his vehicle mode. Yeah. So with this next figure, I'm trying something a little bit different with my camera setup and breaking the illusory kayfabe a little bit, because quite frankly, it is a big figure and filming it from the top down might allow for a little bit of a better view. That is because it is Zord Ascension Project Dragon Zord from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Some gorgeous artwork on this thing. Yeah, it looks pretty good overall. Comes with a couple of tiny Green Ranger minis, as you can see here. So yeah, I did get the Lightning Collection Zord Ascension Project Megazord as well. So I am definitely curious to see how this one is. As soon as I find the... there we go, there's the tape. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Power Rangers fan in the world. Honestly, most of the Lightning Collection stuff the last year, I haven't actually even opened, I'm ashamed to say. But I did open the Megazords. The Megazords are pretty cool. So, yeah, I am hoping that the same continues to be true of this Dragon Zord as I continue to untape this thing. Yeah, like I don't think I need to say much other than, yeah, like, of course, unfortunately, we just had the recent unfortunate passing of Jason David Frank, and it is always sad when a figure who was an inspiration for many, many kids and influenced how they live their lives. It is always a shame when someone like that passes. I was planning on doing this in the review segments before that even happened, but I mean, I kind of can't not acknowledge that elephant in the room, and wow, there is still more stuff to tape here. Let's see. Like, I was never a huge Power Rangers person growing up. Just a case of it was that I grew up right in the zeitgeist of when it got big, but I was also one of those people who was not allowed to watch Power Rangers growing up. So yeah, and wow, there was a lot of tape here securing this thing. So bear with my monologuing a little bit. I did not expect quite this much. And that is one of those things with an unboxing video, though. You get this spontaneity of, oh, good God, I did not plan this out when I actually started to unbox it. Yeah, we've got like 3 different pieces of tape on each side of this slip cover that I need to get off. On the plus side, that's pretty good just from a standpoint of in-store security. But yeah, the slipcover comes off here. We can get a better look there at the artwork for the Dragon Zord head. Looks pretty good. It's some pretty nice artwork. And yeah, lid is also taped. Oh my God. And we've got that brilliant green on the back. Just bear with me again as I get this open. We got only a couple of pieces to have tape here, it looks like. Just on the top and bottom. So, now that that's off, I should be able to, just lift this lid. The packaging is part of the experience on this figure, in fairness. Like, it's very evocative of stuff like iPhone packaging from the standpoint of there's still that level of friction to this thing. Well, also that, and I didn't fully cut this one sticker here. What the hey, I thought I did. Okay, let's try it now. Lifting the box off, lifting off the lid, smooth slide. Let's see, we have Dragon coins here. We have Dragon Zord, Green Ranger, Dragon Power Coin. And pulling this off, yeah, the kayfabe of the gorgeous packaging is broken a little bit because it is tissue paper. Let me move this back here. All right, so we have, first of all, we have a stand of some kind. Okay. What else do we have in here? What else have we got in this thing? We've got a whole ton of accessories. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here since they're just out of frame. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. Yeah, since they're just out of frame, let's take a look at these accessories here. We got some missile effect parts here. We got a couple of hands. I'm guessing that these are replacement Megazord hands. We got some dragon hands here. We got like stuff with just fingertips sticking out. We got some missing fingertips. So I'm guessing that, yeah, this is for plugging the missile pieces into here. And I'm just going to do that just to confirm that's what this is supposed to be. Because it certainly looks like it's supposed to be a hand set up for shooting missiles. It doesn't seem to actually fit, so maybe not. Maybe that's another head. What else we got here? We got these two pieces here. I guess we'll find out what these are. And we got a couple of Green Rangers. Let's take a closer look at these. Turn on my flash, and yeah, it's good amount of detail on these. These things are tiny, as you can see. They're like, yeah, they are very tiny. A lot of detail on them. Like, you can just see all the subtle detail on these things. So very cool, very cool. And oh yeah, there are 4 hands here. Okay, I didn't see the other ones, but yeah, it looks like that there's a couple here that are just like post missile spam hands, I think. So because there's no fingernails. Anyway, so I'll take those off. In this side here, this feels like it's the tail. Let's see. Yeah, we got a giant Dragonzord tail here. Articulation. It's all connected via ball joints. So very good articulation on this thing. Oh, nice. This is very good. Yeah, the ball joints pop in and out, so you can just, yeah, you can have the illusion as much as possible. Very good design. Very good design on this thing. We got instructions over here. I might need to consult these, so I will keep these handy. And yeah, a safety thing just went out there. Instructions are just showing all the different stuff here, like how to combine it to the main Megazord and how to, and the actual combination to the Megazord, combining the different guys onto there. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do the Megazord combination on here or not. We will see. And last but not least, we have the Dragonzord itself. So, pulling this off. Yeah, it is a Dragonzord. It is a dragon robot. And I'm going to just put this box off to the side here. And here we have the Zord Ascension Project Dragonzord right out of his box. So obviously we can already see that there's places to plug stuff on. So the tail is going to plug onto the back here. Looks like that there's a little port. Very clear how this is supposed to go on. There we go. We have the tail and the Dragonzord. Long tail. Pretty long tail. Looks like his arms are folded out of the box. I'm just going to double check how this is supposed to go. Again, you'll have to forgive my just limited knowledge of Power Rangers stuff. They actually do show all the steps here for getting the arms out, incidentally. Yeah, it looks like that the horn is supposed to fold down back here. Yeah, like it shows all the setup stuff out of the box, which is kind of nice. All right, so these come out here. Hands fold down. Okay, and yeah, all right. I guess that is how the Dragonzord is right out of the box. So let's take a look at this guy more closely. Let's do a close-up on this. So yeah, he is very much vac metal all around. Like, we've got vac metal all on these surfaces up here, you know, like the original Power Ranger stuff. We've got the, the gold there is vac metal. The gold here is vac metaled. Looks like there's a little bit of a blemish here, but on that one, insignia. But yeah, chest has vac metal on it. The blade up there. Yeah, this thing is vac metaled up the wazoo. As I mentioned, you have the posability there on the tail. And what else do we have? We have leg posability. Legs can go up. Knee bend is not very big. Not very big knee bend here. It's very limited because of these ports here for combining the Megazord. But you know what? In complete fairness, these are still like things that are built off of Sentai suits that are meant to be giant and have tons of kibble. Realistically speaking, a lot of these designs were not really made for like being able to do a lot of posability. And yeah, we can see here, yeah, mouth opens. You can see the combined form head in there. So that does break the illusion a little bit. Posability in the arms is limited. Again, like, it's the Dragon Zord. It is a Sentai mech, and this thing is very, very static. We can see here that this is where these come in. The actual gun hands here can plug in to these, effects parts here for shooting off all the missiles. All right. So yeah, we can plug this in here if we want to have him shooting off all of his hand missiles. It's a cool visual. It's a very cool visual. Let's see what else. I'm just looking to see if I can find anything on those other parts I couldn't tell what to do with. And oh, okay, I see where those are. Those are meant for the actual Megazord. Okay. Those are meant for when you actually combine it with the Megazord stuff. So I'm gonna pull these back off. Swapping the hands out should be fairly straightforward. It looks like they just peg in and out. So I'm just going to demo that. Yeah, should be able to just pop it off the ball joint there and pop these regular fingernail hands on. Looks like they have two options for hands. They have the ones with the rockets in there. They have the ones without the rockets in there as well. But the ones without the rockets, well, obviously, yeah, don't have the holes there for the effect parts. But yeah, let's get this hand on and keep pushing this out of the way. So yeah, Dragon Zord. It's not the greatest for posability. Again, it is a giant T-Rex. Like, it is end of the day, this is a Sentai suit. It is not a hyperposable action figure. I don't think it was ever meant to be a hyperposable action figure. And yeah, and this is going to be for the sword that he has in combined Megazord form, which is for the sake of holding it, because just holding all the weight. So yeah, I guess I probably should combine this. So we start here by pulling off we're going to start here pulling this off for the sword. And I'm just following the instructions here just off frame. And okay, there is a lesson to be learned here, because apparently I didn't clear off my phone's memory properly, so I have to redo a few of these things again to transform it. So yeah, so for the Dragon Zord, what we're going to do next is, once we've got the arms in that position, is split the body open, take this piece out, that'll become part of the sword, at which point we then peg this back together, and we fold over the chest plate parts. There's going to be a click, and bring those into place. After that, we fold up the leg panels, bring these up, and then fold those panels back down again. And now we have the Dragon Zord torso ready for the Megazord combination. But before I get to that, I am going to take a look at building the giant sword. Again, this is going to go way faster because I had to do this already. But yeah, we fold this out here. This is the handle. This goes down, and then we take that stand we saw earlier. We plug this onto the stand, and then we actually, with the tail, we're actually going to split the tail apart, split it apart at this ball joint here, and then we are going to take, it's the top 3 links you want, and then we are going to take that and we are going to plug that onto the top here, straighten it all out, and boom, that is the Dragon Zord sword, once we do all the necessary adjustments and alignments. And then he will be able to hold this in Dragon Zord mode. But first, in order to actually finish building this Megazord Dragon Zord, I need to actually go grab my Power Rangers Megazord and swap the limbs on. So as it turns out, looking at the instructions here, making this into the full-on decked-out Dragon Megazord is actually a fairly simple process. We just take the limbs here, and we plug the legs into via the same connectors that the big Megazord uses. That's the easy part. It should just go in solidly, and then it's able to stand with this configuration. And then we take the Mastodon chunk there from the old Megazord, and we put that around the back. It's a fairly easy Gatai combination, and it's pretty intuitive to see where everything ends up. Like, all the tabs and slots are pretty apparent. And sometimes you do stuff like you knock the piece over like that. But anyway, yeah, so here we have this, And then after that, all that remains is to just fold down the robot head like so. Line it up in place. There's nothing to actually catch it when you fold it back. And then we take this here. Oh, there's a couple more steps here. Looks like this folds up as well. Oh yeah, we got a little driver in there. Cool. Oh, that's just folding up to show the driver. Yeah. Let me show this here. Yeah, we got a little... Hold up, let me just put in the flash on. Yeah, we got a little Green Ranger driver just inside the top there that's just sculpted in there. That is cool. That is cool. And just to take a look at the head sculpt there. Yeah, that is the head sculpt on the Dragonzord's Megazord combined mode. Decent head sculpt. Again, there's no stopper at the back for folding the head back there. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, we close this up. Yeah, just pose up the limbs. And yeah, we have a fully kitted out Dragon Megazord now. He's got the Mastodon shield there. And then we should just be able to take this and plug it in like so. So there, now he's holding his sword. Yeah, it is... Let me just tilt this up a little bit so it shows up in the camera. Yeah, no, it looks neat. It looks neat all combined. You have like the giant... Again, this is very much like the epitome of a Sentai mech design from the standpoint of that, yeah, this is a guy wearing a whole bunch of pieces there. And then they have to figure out from a toy standpoint how to make this thing transform. Only that was all done with 1990s, I guess late 80s, early 90s Sentai engineering. So, yeah, the end result is going to be, you know, mixed, I suppose. But yeah, there we have the Dragonzord. There is another combination for this as well, too. It does have an entire combination where you're able to then kit out the Megazord with the Dragonzord parts, and I will show that with this jump cut. Yeah, we're going to start by, obviously, taking the sword back out, putting that off to the side, and we are going to pop off all of the Megazord armor. Let's see, fold the Dragonzord face back up. And then we need to put this into its new configuration. I will do that in just a minute. Before I do that, I want to just get the Megazord back together so I can put it off to the side and have it ready to go right away. Let's see, the instructions show it going from Dragonzord mode. So the main thrust of this here is, yeah, again, it looks like it uses the split here. And we are going to then take the Dragon mode and we are going to part it back apart again. This time, this is going to fold up like this. Yeah, interesting. It's changing the configuration up. Looks like the shoulder pads are supposed to fold down. These will lock in place. There's a little tab slot here. As soon as I can plug it in. I mean, this is something you might want to be careful with, I suppose, because, again, these are chromed out parts, so maybe you don't want to plug it in. That is, fair enough. Optional, up to you. But yeah, so, yeah, it goes like this here for the arms, and... Sorry, I'm just figuring this out as I go. We have a whole bunch of stuff at the back here. Interesting. Yeah, it shows it folding these up like this. What else? Yeah, open up these. The same thing as there, where we fold those up like we were doing for the initial Dragonzord configuration. So we have these folded up like this. And it looks like this is the proper configuration here for that. So, all we need to do now is we take this here. This is just done as head armor, and it is now going to plug on top. And it is going to plug in as... okay, I'm just checking here. Yeah, we need to do some stuff here on the head. I'm just figuring this out here. Looks like we need to fold these back on the Megazord head. Yeah, fold the head plate armor out of the way. Why is this one not folding out? There we go. Yeah, this needs to fold back here so that we can actually get the Dragonzord helmet on. And then these shoulder pads fold down as well. And is that the only steps? I'm seeing something else here. Hold up. I'm just trying to tell if there's another step there. I think this is it. But yeah, now we should be able to just take this on, and this should just slot in. Looks like this has a whole bit here that opens up in the back, so that should make it a little bit easier for slotting everything in. Actually, it's probably easier too if I pop off the red dino tail. So yeah, we've got the head in this configuration. We pop the Dragon Zord on over top. And it looks like for combination ports, it looks like it plugs in to the head and the shoulders up here. I am just studying where the ports are for this. Yeah, it looks like it just locks in via these parts around the neck, from what I can tell. Yeah, like this is it. It locks in like that. This opens up here, so we should be able to get these horns through all the way then. And yeah. All right, so that goes on like that. Hold up, I'm just making sure that I get this in right. I'm just folding this down. And let's make sure these horns go through. I don't really want the head tilted down unless it has to be. Yeah, this can come up. It's a little bit tricky to get this thing on, especially trying to do it on the camera here. But yeah, okay, there. Now that's on. That is on. Let's put the chest plate back on there. There we go. So we have this giant dragon power armor on here, and these will fold down as well as armor. All right, so we have that bit done. Next up, we pop this back on here, and then next step we are going to take the rest of this here. Okay, I see. So we go down to the back. This part folds down, and I see some stuff here with the dino. Yes, the dino piece here for the tail. That is showing it plugging into something. I'm just trying to figure out what. It's showing it plugging in as an angle. Oh, okay. It's showing this. Oh, this piece plugs down there to lock it in place. And then you plug the dino tail back on to just further secure it. Then this goes back in to secure it. And yeah. It's a little bit of a tight connection. And in fact, I'm just going to leave this off for now. But yeah, that's how you secure it there. You got those 3 ports for securing the top armor. All right. Let's keep this going here. Yeah, it looks like this is where these 2 pieces off to the side here come in. These 2 kibble pieces are going to... Oh, yeah, these are going to fill in up here. Yeah, these are going to fill in for where the hands go. It's just a way for it to make it look visually nicer with these retracted. So we're going to put these in up here. Am I doing it the right way? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Based on the shape, yeah, they go this way. Again, I wish I could offer more like information on some of what we're seeing here. It looks like, though, that these pieces are not going to go on over well with... yeah, they are not going to fit in as well as they could with those alternate hands put in there. So the alternate hands are going to be limited display options. Like you can see, those aren't fully in right now. That's just a case of the way I chose to display this with those hands. So that is entirely on me. But yeah, bring this around here. And then we put those in. And now we take the rest of this stuff here. We take this piece here. This is going to... this goes into his hand here, it looks like. Yeah, handle folds out. And, or does it actually? Okay, no, it goes in like this. Interesting. So yeah, this comes out and it looks like this then folds into this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this goes into the connector over here, like so. And then the tail, again, we do the 3-part split for the tail. And then that's going to fold into the, does that fold into the port over here or not? Oh, yeah, it does. There's a separate port back here that the tail then folds into. Like a separate ball there that should snap into. There we go. Put this back on. Merge everything back together. And that is the combined Dragonzord armor on the Dino Megazord. It is, I mean, again, like, I can only criticize the design so much, if only because of the fact that, end of the day, the big flaw with these designs, oh, the tail, I think it just folds back on here, actually. Yeah, I think we're supposed to just plug this back on, like so. Let me just plug this back in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the only thing with these Megazord designs, as I was alluding to, is that ultimately, end of the day, these are things that were made for fairly immobile toys that Bandai designed way back when. They are guys in suits that are attempting to make these really weird configurations that are not actually going to move all that much. So if you're expecting posability outside of one of these mega combinations in an older Sentai, you're really not going to get it. And that's just a consequence of the source material, really. Like, I'm probably going to keep this in Dragonzord mode. I think it looks pretty good, honestly, with the Mastodon, with just the Mastodon, Sabertooth Tiger, and Triceratops limbs on it. That does look good, but it's probably going to live just as the dragon itself. And with that said, yeah, that's a look here at the full combined shebang Dragonzord. So, final thoughts. If I were to sum up these toys, the Dragonzord and Skullgrin are very much figures that are for the completionist of either brand. Skullgrin's a character you're only really going to care about if you are a diehard Transformers guy, if you care about the obscure, really weird goat head guy, because transformation is cool, but he turns into a brick. And the Dragonzord, well, the Dragonzord is a brick because he's a Sentai mech. And you only really get full value out of the Dragonzord if you already have the Zord Ascension Project Megazord. Otherwise, yeah, he is a very limited brick who is just going to stand there in Dragon mode. So it's one of those weird things where if you're diehard of these brands, I would definitely say get these things. They're neat toys, but otherwise, I don't think I can honestly recommend them to any new people who are just getting into this stuff and want to check out a new thing. Skullgrin's wave, for instance, he is definitely the weakest in his wave. He's got crankcase in there. Point Blank, even, I would say, is a little better than Skullgrin, and that's with all the issues that I had with Point Blank when I opened him up. But, yeah, as a robot, he is cool, though. Anyway, yeah, this is General Techno signing off. Until the next Advent Calendar Day, whatever that may be.